think people think that Shakespeare is very dry and very elusive, not easy to grasp. You will get it if you come to this. It will rock you.
There's pop-up shops, pop-up restaurants, and now there's a pop-up Globe. Shakespeares Globe Theatre, in fact. It's the brainchild of a New Zealand-based theatre company. They've been slaying audiences in Auckland, and now they've popped up in Australia.
We're an unusual company. We don't just make a Shakespeare play. We make 4 Shakespeare plays simultaneously. And we don't just move that into an existing theatre, we build the theatre, and then we run a theatre as well, and have those 4 shows on in rep. And those 4 shows opened in 4 days. So I can tell you, it is, there's a reason why no one's ever done this before. That's because it is extremely difficult.
This pop-up Globe is a replica of Shakespeare's Second Globe Theatre in London, designed to be as close as possible to the original.
This would be, a day out for everybody, the highest to the lowest. There are 3 kind of brackets to this stage. Our higher self sits up there, our heart sits here, and the groundlings represent the base, the everyday people. And I think the interaction that gets created here is going to be really similar to what happened then.
Is that your husband?
I've been fascinated by Elizabethan theatre since I was very young. And I was reading a story to my little girl Nancy, and it was a pop-up storybook, and the Globe popped up in this book, and there was a light bulb moment about, pop-up Globe. What would that look like? Would it be possible? It would certainly be a major, feat of engineering. And, well, I just thought the idea was marvellous, really. One of the problems with recreating Globe theatres is that there's not a lot of evidence available. We don't know very much about the first Globe Theatre. That's a theatre that was built in 1599 on Bankside in London, and that burnt down in 1613. It burnt down because a cannon fired during a production of Henry VIII. The wadding from the cannon lodged in the thatch roof of the theatre and burnt it to the ground in an hour. Luckily no one was hurt except for one gentleman who apparently the seat of his trousers caught fire, and it was put out with a bottle of ale, which is excellent health and safety. But they rebuilt, Shakespeare and his company rebuilt the Globe Theatre within a year. And that was the second Globe Theatre, opened in 1614. And that theatre encapsulated all of the knowledge that Shakespeare and his company had built up over the years of performance at the first Globe.
It also drew gamblers, beggars, pickpockets and prostitutes. But then came along the Puritans in 1642. They objected to all this frivolity and, under the rule of Oliver Cromwell, closed down all of the theatres. In fact, 2 years later the Globe was physically dismantled, and it wasn't until 1997 that a new Globe was reconstructed. And, like this one, it was based on Shakespeare's original 1614 design.
It's almost like you're playing theatrical archaeologist.
There is an element of understanding. We have the records of one of the theatres. A chap called Henslow kept very detailed records of the period. And we know that they bought a lot of stage blood, for example. We know that they had spectacular effects of flaming arrows and things like this. So we have a little research team ourselves, and we work with other academics to try and tease out what these spectacular effects are, and then we put them on in our shows.
As well as the effects, there's some pretty realistic stage fighting. Oh yeah, and the blood. Lots of it.
What elements of combat are specific to Shakespearean plays?
I guess it's still the different weapon systems. So, the rapier and dagger, or the hand-and-half broadsword, or the quarterstaff, those are all classic weapons that were used back then.
And these aren't foam rubber props, they're real, historically accurate weapons. And since Alex is the fight director, I thought I'd see if he could whip me into shape.
What are you going to teach me?
So we're going to do some hand-and-half broadsword, or long sword. So this is our hand-and-half broadsword, so if you want to get your gauntlets on, just grab the sword up.
Oh, it's weighty.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy, they're all real swords. Okay, so you're going to attack me here, then here, then here, and then you're going to give me a good kick. You're an English soldier, I'm a French soldier. I'm coming in to attack you and you're going to beat me back.
Oh, I'm going to get you.
Ready?
All right. The hill is mine!
Well, no blood here, but the performances are awash with it.
In the season in Auckland, we had the front row was always the people who would regularly come to see the shows, who wanted blood on them all the time, and you would see them specifically go and wait in those parts of the stage where they know the blood is going to.
How many different body fluids get passed around on stage?
Oh, so many. Okay, Much Ado is full of kissing, and it's full of drinks and cocktails and things like that. Othello is full of blood, and yeah, if you're close enough, you could be in the spray zone for sure. If you're close enough, you might get to have a cocktail with us. So it's visceral. Come in stuff that can be washed.
I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but it's fantastic. It's actually, if I had an expectation, it's better than I thought.
I don't know, I just had this impression that it might be a bit, bit boring or something, because I've read Shakespeare and stuff in school, but yeah, I find it really entertaining and quite funny, yeah.
Most theater work in the modern age is naturalistic. There's kind of that fourth wall, and you're performing, you're being observed. For us, there is no fourth wall. There's no way we don't see and talk to every person in here. There's no chance for the audience to tune out. And if they are tuning out, we're not doing our jobs right. We will reach out and grab you, like almost literally. We can reach out and grab you.
Fundamentally, theatre is about great art on one hand and selling tickets on the other. You have to do both of those things to succeed in theatre. And this building does make great art. We see transformations in our audience. We make work with integrity, and our audiences are transformed by their experience here, which is what happens when you encounter great art.
You're so over